Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Cyno. Cyno's got truly fast reflexes. Probably because he was good at fighting and he was a general Mahmatra, so that required a lot of training too. So when they tried to break your fall from the shelf that you were standing on for some reason just to get the top one and get the book that you wanted, you fell on top of him instead. And the two of you were staring at one another as he blushed brightly, giggling and apologizing to him. He was honestly too stunned to know what to say. He was startled by the whole ordeal, but he just accepted it. And when he apologized, he told you it was no big deal at all. He's so humble, honestly, and he truly wanted to help you. So he did treat you to some coffee earlier for not catching you or whatever. He just felt obliged to be able to keep you safe and all, and he felt bad for seeing you fall like that. Though had it been anyone else, he probably would have tried them for their carelessness. However, with you, he didn't want to chide you, and also it was partially because he knew you wouldn't listen anyway. Perhaps your carelessness was also something that you thought of as endearing, but he'll never let you know that. Child. Child would definitely catch you if you were to fall, even with his own body. So when it was too late to actually try and catch you, he just stepped in instead, hoping to break the fall with his own. He's so self-sacrificial when it comes to you. You should be proud or worried, depending on how you feel about this. He just loves you so much and worries so much too. And he's a lot stronger, so logically speaking, he would be able to take the fall just fine, unlike you, right? Yeah, that's how he reasons it out when you yell at him for being so careless, despite the fact that you were the one who was careless in the first place. But after that, you do apologize and give him a kiss on the cheek, telling him that he's just so adorable, and I don't think he should try and get himself hurt because of you. But then, he just smirks and tells you that he wanted to see you on top of him or something. And that's when you slap him lightly, getting up and going to go get some cake. He was really hard to deal with sometimes, and truly a pervert. But he knows how to be endearing about it, and that's probably why I let it go. He's so sneaky about this. Or not. You don't know. But something just keeps you from getting mad at him. Albedo. Albedo was carrying books to his office, but it just so happened that you were running to try and get something. He didn't know why you were in such a hurry, and he didn't have much time to ask. Because then, you bumped into him, and the two of you fell on the ground. Albedo was thankfully catching you, but then you were just on top of him. And as soon as you got up, realizing the situation, he just looked at you with a smirk. What? You're not gonna buy me dinner first? Oh god, he really just had to flirt with you like this and tease you too? You just shoved him away, gently of course, but you could tell that you're still sulking, and laughed at you, getting up to get the books, and putting them down on his table, kissing your cheek, and telling you that if you were so excited to spend time with him tonight, then maybe you should just tell him ahead, so he wouldn't be surprised. That's when you really elbow him, storming to your place and telling him that you were not going to kiss him at all tonight. Yeah, he failed that promise pretty quickly. It's hard not to be honest. He's gorgeous, and he's got his ways. Venti. The reason why he fell on top of Venti was that he was singing and dancing with his eyes closed, and he was so good at evading hits and dodging from people, but he didn't actually realize you were there because you were just standing and observing him quietly, admiring his dance, until he bumped into you, and you were so entranced to notice this was going to happen. So that's why You were on top of him right now, looking at him while he let out a shy giggle, telling you if this was your plan all along. And that's when you would just take his hat and throw it in his face, telling him that he's an awful bard and this was an awful joke. And that's when he looks truly disheartened and you truly feel bad. So you kiss his cheek and tell him that he's good and that you're just staring because his dance was so captivating. And all the sadness suddenly disappears, turning into a smile instead, a blinding one at that. Scaramouche. The only reason that you'd fall on top of him would be because he's, oh, he's trying his new animal powers, and he is not really good at them. So instead, the two of you got roped into something, and he tried to catch you, and as you're floating in the air, the two of you were just in each other's arms until you plummeted back down, with you on his chest, and when you rise up and face him, he's blushing brightly, ashamed of how poorly he used his vision. That's when you just kiss his cheek, holding his hand gently and telling him he did very well for someone who had never used the vision before. He just tells you that he's not really that good, and that you're complimenting him, but you truly believe in his skills. He's powerful, he just needs to tame it, right? And that's a good start to know what he's going to do. You don't have much experience with this, but you truly hope you can help him, even if just by being supportive. And you do give him a lot of kisses, so that takes his mind off of it. Tighnari. Tighnari is such a sweetheart, but he's going to be mad at you for this. You fell on top of him because you were running, and he was carrying a whole box of things that were very important. There were tools, yes, and it was a toolbox, but it was still a lot of stuff that just fell on the floor, and he was going to have to pick it up. Regardless, the only reason he chided you is not because of the things that you made fall, no, but because you were being so careless and you could have actually injured yourself had it been something else. And you just kiss him on the cheek, telling him there's no reason to worry about something that passed, while he just sighs softly, resigned, knowing that you're still going to be careless in the future. Oh well, at least you tried, right?